We're thankful to Yahweh for being our Elohim. We must be thankful to Him for everything. Yahweh is good, and He does only what is good to His people. So always bear that in mind. Many times we are faced with obstacles, and a lot of people question, is this of Yahweh? Is Yahweh allowing us to go through this? All that He does, according to the scripture, for us and to us, is only good. Yahweh cannot change. Yahweh cannot lie. He said it Himself. Yahweh does not sleep. He will keep Israel. Never slumber, nor sleep. Sometimes we may wonder, is Yahweh seeing? Is Yahweh hearing? Is Yahweh looking? Why things are thus? Yes, Yahweh is always seeing, always hearing, and especially upon His people, His eyes are always there, seeing our every move, our every experience, our down sitting and our uprising, our going out and our coming in. When we laugh, when we cry, when we sigh, when we enjoy, when we are not enjoying. He knows more than even we know. He is still the same, yesterday, today, and forevermore. As He created man in His image and His likeness for this purpose and reason, so that He will know. He knows Himself, and so He knows us even more than we do, because He's the one that made us. And as Yahweh put us together, He think of Himself. He has knowledge, He has wisdom, He has understanding, He has eyes, He has faith, just as He told us. And we have also. You know when we move. You know when we lie down. And He promised to keep us, even while we are asleep. He's watching over us, for He has no need for sleep. What a great Elohim. We must never, ever forget. The only one that wants us to forget that is Hasatan. But Yahweh is our Elohim. The scripture tells us, blesses that individual and even that people that have Yahweh as their Elohim. We have chosen Yahweh to be our Father. Yeshua said to the Jewish people of His time, your father is the devil, because you have chosen him to rule your life. If we have chosen Yahweh to be ruler, Yahweh is not going to change. He remains the same. It is for us to follow and to be like Him. As we begin this message, turn with me to Jacob chapter 1. Jacob was a very powerful apostle, very strong one in Yahweh and in the strength of his might. Jacob encourages his listeners to draw closer to Yahweh, to seek more and more of Yahweh. Jacob came to understand how great, how good is Yahweh, filled with wisdom, filled with knowledge and ability, because of he himself experiencing, as Yahweh made him in His likeness and image. He was able to experience Yahweh and the goodness of Yahweh. In Jacob chapter 1, Jacob, a servant of Yahweh and our Savior, Yahshua the Messiah, to the 12th tribe which are of the dispersion, greetings. He greeted them. A servant of Yahweh, an Obadiah of Yahweh and Yahshua the Messiah, reading the 12 tribes, calling them like Yahshua did, to understand Yahweh even more. He said to them, count it all joy, my brethren, when you fall into manifold temptation. Why? You His brethren. Yes, His brothers and sisters, the family in Yahweh, because He also experienced like Yahshua the Messiah. He also is experiencing what they were experiencing. We also are going to be experiencing. Count it all joy, brothers and sisters, when you fall into manifold temptation, knowing that the proving of your faith works patience, knowing that it is being done for something good. The proving of your faith gives you patience. It works good for you. Know that, he said, as he reminded him. And let your patience have its perfect work. Let that work in you. As your faith is being proven, you're going to learn to have patience, to wait on Yahweh. And let that waiting on Yahweh, that patience, do its work. Yahweh then is doing a work. As your faith is being tested. This is what he's saying. As your faith is being proven, Yahweh is at work. And he is teaching you some lessons. And let patience have its perfect work, that you may be what? Perfect. Well, then it is working for good. The trying, the proving of your faith is working for good, for perfection in your life, brethren. Don't let Satan come and say, or anyone come and say anything else he's saying to you, that you may be perfect and entire, lacking in nothing. This is how Yahweh wants us to be, lacking in nothing. Jacob begins here at a very high note, straight to the point. He is. Yahweh wants us to be lacking in nothing. He wants us to be complete then. Just as the wise man Solomon says, what is going to make us complete? He said in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. To be complete is to fear Yahweh and to keep his commandment. The proving of your faith isn't coming for you to break Yahweh's commandment then. It is coming so that you'll be lacking in nothing. You will be made whole. You will have everything that you need. And everything for what? To go shopping? To have a good time in this life? This is not what Yahweh is about. He is about the soul salvation. You will have nothing lacking for your soul salvation. You will have all your need. Paul tells us in Ephesians chapter 5 about the whole armor. We see nothing lacking. Complete armor, no space for any dart of the evil one. This is what he's speaking about. That there be nothing lacking. You will be complete, you will be perfect, entire, covered with the armor of Yahweh. And we can read that over and over, we know it too well. Put on the whole armor, from head to toe. Nothing lacking. This is what it is about. This is how Yahweh wants us to be. And he allows us to be tempted with manifold even. Manifold temptation. Temptation after temptation to make us into what? Now we can see and understand why Satan. People question, why didn't Yahweh move this thing off? Take it off. If he's already judged and throw aside, why didn't Yahweh just throw him underneath the pit already inside there, underground forevermore? No! There is a purpose, because we were not born perfect. If we were perfect, well then yes. But we have to become. And Satan don't even know that. With these trials, we are going to be made perfect. We need it. He had to be around. Yes, he must be around. This is why Yahweh wants us to be conscious of his presence and what he is about. And we can't be perfect. Look at here. With all the trials and temptation manifold, we can be lacking nothing because he has given us. And even with every trial, he's mounting us up with more and stronger the armor that we have. Perfect, entire, lacking in nothing. But if any man lack wisdom, you lack wisdom, what do you have to do? Run to the college, to the school, to the yeshiva? You have the one who gives. If anyone lack anything, it is referring to then, let him ask of Yahweh. Because Yahweh desires that we be lacking in nothing. So if you lack wisdom, if you lack understanding, if you lack this, if you lack that, anything that you lack, because you must be lacking in nothing. Even with trials. Any man lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, who give all liberally and upbraids not. He's going to flood you like Solomon with wisdom. Just know what to do with it. It's for his honor and for his glory. Let it be. And it shall be given to him. Yahshua supported that in so many different with acts. And it shall be given, knock, and the door will be open. But let him ask in faith. You don't just ask so and you turn your back on your forehead and you say, hey, I didn't get that thing now. Yeah, where is this one? Ask believing, prepare yourself to receive. This is what faith is. Let him ask in faith, doubting nothing. You don't put a stumbling block in front of yourself. And you doubt, that is what you do. You're creating your own atmosphere to fall. Remove that even from yourself and from your flesh by taking the doubt away and putting faith. For he that doubt is like the surge of the sea. You're doing that to yourself. Up, down, in, out. Right side, left side. The surge of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. The wind here represents what? Hasatan, blowing, so you're going so. He tell you so you're going so. You're going down the road. This man tell you that. I wonder if this go walk up, but this one tell you no, you can't do that. That one say you can't get through that. That one say you have to go here, you have to go there. When you're doubting, that's how it is going to be. If you pray and you ask in faith, you will smile at the storm when they tell you you can't get through with that. We have heard that in the past. We experienced that. So many people, even those who say they were brethren, are telling it don't happen, so you know, you can't get that, I tried that. We were able in faith to see. Because we continue on. We didn't turn back after our so-called brethren tell we can't get through that. We went on because Yahweh tell us all things are possible. We had faith in him. And we are witnesses here today to stand and say that faith works. And you put your work on the line. Alright? Don't be tossed and driven by every wind what Satan sending your way. Coming through someone. Somebody close to you, he's going to look to come. And say, boy, you can't get through that, boy. You're wasting your time. Don't happen so here now. You think it's easy to get there? You think it's easy to get that? Toss, you win. That's when you're doubting. For let not the man think that he should receive anything of Yahweh, that man who is coming with doubt, fear, hearing the wind. When it's blowing, coming away, no, I can't make that today, boy. That wind too strong. Start to doubt. Don't think you're going to receive anything then of Yahweh, because Yahweh don't operate with that. No doubters. Can't deal with them. A double-minded man is unstable when he brings the gifts here and the answer here. You quite oversold. And then you have time to waste. Yahshua tell the apostles, go in Jerusalem and leave in Allah. Wait here. According to the promise, I go pray. The Father go send. They do this so they wasn't all about the place running up and down in the synagogue and them and looking for a place to worship and all these type of things. They remain there. And the Ruach HaKodesh, there's where it's coming. They receive it. But people running to and fro and tossing, hey, Yahweh not here and I going on, so Yahweh is there. I hear about the assembly, so I hear about the people, so I hear about a man, so I go in there. When the blessing come here, boom, they know where there. They lose out. They ask and they're running all about the place. He said, this is what's going to happen with a doubter, unstable person. For let not that man think that he going to receive anything of Yahweh. A double-minded man is unstable. He cannot receive in all his ways. But let the brother of low degree glory in his high estate, and the rich in that he was made low. He is made low. Because as the flower of the grass, he passes away. For the sun rises with the scorching wind, and withered the grass, and the flowers that fail. And the grace of the fashion of it perishes, so also shall the rich man fade away in his doing. So riches can't help. You want to put your riches there before Yahweh and say, I have money, so I will have what I need. I don't have to have faith. Okay, go ahead, not for the people of Yahweh. Verse 12, he said, blessed is the man that endures temptation. And Yahshua said, endure, he that endures to the end, endure what? Shall be saved. Yahshua was conscious of Hasatan around him all the time, even from his birth. He had to overcome every day, not some days, not part of the way, but all the way. Jacob is supporting that. Blessed, happy you're going to be that endure, continue on, manifold temptation after temptation. You're enduring them all. You are not giving up. You're not running back. You're not losing your faith. But you are growing with the patience and making you not to lack anything. You are becoming perfect. This is what he is saying. Blessed are you, man, who endures temptation, for when he has been approved of who? Who is going to approve you? Who is going to say you have done well or you are perfect? He said it in the past to Job. A perfect and upright man has Satan. You know, he ever check him out? He is going to approve. When he has been approved, he shall receive a crown of life from who? Who could give life? Not Hasatan, not the doubters, not father, mother, the priest, the elder. He's going to be approved and also receive a crown of life with Yahweh. Jacob understood that. You want us to overcome temptation. You want us to endure. To receive what? The goal is life eternal. If we are not tempted and tried, how are we going to receive? How are we going to move on from patience to perfection to receive a crown of life? Jacob is saying, don't despise temptation. Don't accuse Yahweh when you are tempted. Glorify Yahweh in your temptation. It is working good for the people of Yahweh. Yahweh promised to them that love him. You see, a crown of life, Yahweh promised to those that love him. How are we to show our love to Yahweh? From Genesis to Revelation tell us, Adam, if you love me, do what? He didn't show that. David, if you love me, do what? Paul, if you love me, do what? From Genesis to Revelation. It's the same. If you love me, you'll keep my commandments. And Revelation said, those who love Yahweh will enter in through the gates into the city. Those who keep the commandments of Almighty Yahweh. Yahweh promised to them that love him a crown of life. Moving from trials, yes, to patience, to perfection, to the crown. Eternal life with Yahweh. So come the other way. Some people just jump on the boat and say, well, that is it, you're gone. Yeah, but you have to get on there too. Or you're getting in the ark. Just jump in the ark. So you have to be approved to come into the ark. You have to come through. Yes, through Yahshua the Messiah. Verse 13, he said, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh. Some people does that. Why Yahweh treating me so? Why Yahweh tempting me so? I heard people in the past say Yahweh does tempt you. Yahweh don't tempt no man. Yahweh allow you to be. When a man is tempted, don't let him say I'm tempted of Yahweh. You know what this means? Accusing Yahweh, not just Yahweh tempting me, Yahweh, but accusing Yahweh if it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for the Sabbath, if it wasn't for the assembly, if it wasn't for the feast day, you know which child I be? You know, this is a fire that gone, and this is what hindered me. My child would have passed the exam, they'd have gone to college, but this Sabbath thing. You accusing Yahweh for every of your failure. Oh, so wrong. Let no man say when he's tempted, it's all because of Yahweh. For Yahweh don't or cannot be tempted with evil. He don't use evil to tempt anybody. It's you yourself. Put yourself in a situation Yahweh don't tempt anyone with evil, and he himself tempts no man overall. Don't tempt anybody. He allows you to be tried and tested for what? Was it ever for evil or for anything bad? It is for good, because he is not allowing you to be tested above what you are able. But with the temptation, he make a way for you to escape, so that you will not lose out or fall into the trap and snare of Hasadan. So he doesn't tempt anyone. Clearly stated here by Jacob. But each man is tempted now by whom? Yes, you're going to be tempted. Yeshua tells us that he was tempted. So you're going to be, each man in Yahweh is going to be tempted when he is drawn away by his own lust and enticed. You see? So who is setting this up? Yahweh don't tempt you. Satan is setting up the temptation there for you. And how are you going to get into that temptation? Jacob is saying now. He says you're going to get into that when you are drawn away by your own lust. So you're entangled in this thing now. Wait, how are you getting here? Some people say it's Yahweh. It's not Yahweh. It is you yourself. The tempter is doing his work. He's setting up the trap there for you. He can't come inside you and put it in. He can't put evil inside of an individual. You don't have that. He can't put a trap inside of you. He don't have that power, that authority and ability. He could set it before you. You have to do that. Oh, Yahweh has designed it. Mankind did it. Adam did it. He couldn't put the fruit inside Eve and say, look, make she eat or she eat. He didn't have that authority and power. But he was able to tell her, convince her to go yourself and eat that. And it remains the same. This is what he does. So a man is drawn away. Eve was drawn away. He put the temptation there. He made that fruit to look so. Right? He put it there, but she was drawn away by what? She own lost. She could have watched that and go so when he took. And she will never be entangled in that temptation. That kind of mayhem, as they say, that stress that you're in. I wonder if I should eat it. You don't have to be there. You're drawn away when you put yourself there by your lust. Because he set it up there in front of you. Each man is tempted now. That tempted means the urge, the desire that you cannot resist. Because you're inside of it. You're close to it. She's looking at the food. Wait, it's so good. It looks so good for food. To make one everything good. Because she put herself there. But all the time you walk in, God, you wasn't seeing it like that. Think now, think. Oh, how it comes so glorious and so nice in your eyes. You are drawn away by your. Nothing to do with anyone else but yourself. Each man is tempted, find himself into that realm of the temptation, of the trap and snare and temptation. The desires, like you go fishing, and you drop the hook with the bait, the fish is all around. The one that is drawn, go onto it and think he could, nip on it and taste that is the one going to get. And there are some is looking at it like this and they go and I forget that. And that is how you learn, catching birds and all these things, you learn that too. Some of the bird come boom straight in the trap. Some is, they watch that, so they go on about their business. You say, wait. So that individual is drawn away by his own lust and enticed. But the snare, it is there for that purpose. You have to escape that. Then the Lord, when it is conceived by your staying along and your staring and your desire is building up and you're not turning away your eye and your mind and everything get overtaken, the lust is conceived. It starts to bear now fruit. And it bears what? It bears sin. So you get attracted to it so much that it is into you. This is what conceive like. A woman conceive, and then she bear after. So take it into you through your mind and through your heart and your thoughts. And then what comes out, you do whatever it is he wants you to do. The act, because you fall into the trap. It's just like the bird. The bird come around the cage that the fowler has there, and he's playing around, and he's seeing and smelling or whatever, and desiring. And then he make up his mind, they're going for it. And as he drop into the trap, there, blop, it's flying, and that's it. So it's the same concept. You're drawn away by your own loss, nobody's loss, and your own desire enticed because of what the temptation is there, and it is for that purpose. Then it brings forth sin. And the sin, when it is fully grown, is still working like leaven. Don't stop so easy, because this is how it's designed by Satan to destroy you. The sin, when it is fully grown, a little leaven, the Apostle Paul said, once you get that little leaven in, you can leave the door and go. Because you're sure this is what Satan does. He get that little leaven inside of you, he could turn away. You know, that's it. You're going to go. You're going to perish. But little leaven, then when it is fully grown, it brings forth what? You're going to die. This is what he did to Adam and Eve. Get you to take that poison, and he could turn away. And then Yahweh come in the cool of the day. Satan know we're wrong. Walking and knows that they'll die. He said, you will die. What have you done? Have you eaten of that fruit? Have you ingested poison? You can't tell me no. And it is, because it is fully grown, what happened now? More sin, more leaven coming forth. Lies, despise, reject, accusing Yahweh. And that's it. This is what Jacob is saying, and it is so true. It is so true. It brings forth death. Be not deceived. So many have been deceived because of this very said action, the leaven in action of sin. A little dough, you just drop it. Seems so insignificant into the meal, the flour, or whatever. And you leave it and you turn away. And it takes over. Don't be deceived, my beloved brethren. Don't be taken away, taken out even by Satan. Every good gift and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of light. That which is good is coming from Yahweh. That which is not good is coming from where? He don't tempt you, so be wise. Yahweh is not going to put a temptation there for you. Always remember who is doing it. When you see something good, you know where it is coming from. With whom there is no variation, neither shadow cast by turning. Yahweh don't operate like that. He tell you one thing and then you see something else, like a shadow. When the day turn from when night come, you see different. That has Satan. Yahweh don't change from day to night. When he turn around, the shadow showing something else. It don't happen like that. Neither shadow cast by turning. Of his own will he brought us forth with the word of what? Truth he gave to Adam. Wasn't a lie. What did the devil tell Adam? Yahweh lied to. He said, look at what church was. Oh, you see what Yahweh doing to all you? Eat of that and you're going to see what I say. Yahweh had given the word of truth, and always he has nothing else to give but truth. We heard it in the psalm, one of the psalms this morning. Yeah, he has magnified his word above all his name. So we have Yahweh name in the head of his word, and that's what he has given. Truth. His word. Maybe we should look at that a little bit again. These are things sent by Yahweh. In Psalms 138, I will worship towards your holy temple and give thanks to your name for your loving kindness and your truth. You see? Truth. This is what Yahweh has given, not error, falsehood, false doctrine. You have given us truth, loving kindness and truth. For you have magnified your word. And in the proper translation, there we should pause. Your word, Yahweh's word, above all, your name. This is how we should understand it, that his name is above all his word. Some people have it in reverse. But we must understand that Yahweh's name come before. Whose word it is, we want to know. And we know it is Yahweh's word, so that his name obviously is what is before all his word. Before anything came, Yahweh, the self-existing, mighty one. So his truth is what he gives to us as people. And also verse 7, but we look at that a little later down, has one of the message in it too. But we see here that Jacob is reminding us that Yahweh and his word is truth. For by his own brought us forth by the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruit of his creation. A kind of, what is he speaking of? Like what first fruit? Obviously Yahshua the Messiah. In the beginning was the word. The word was with Yahweh. The word was Yahweh. Yahshua the Messiah, the Logos. The word or the spokesman of Yahweh. His mention is seen here. He make us that we should be a kind of first fruit of his creation. Like unto the first fruit, Yahshua, the Messiah. What is going to make us like Yahshua? From Genesis to Revelation is saying to us, it is the word of Yahweh. Line upon line, precept upon precept. He himself said it, man shall not live by bread only, but by every word. David said it so much in Psalms 119. The word of Yahweh is everything. Yahshua is the light. David said, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. When he came, he said, I am the light. The word, a kind of first fruit of his creation. Yahshua, the Messiah. You know this, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Calm down. Take it easy, Jacob said. Humble yourself. You're going to get there. You need patience. Wait. Slow, slow, slow down. Yahshua said the meek is going to have it. They're going to inherit the earth. Let every man be ready to hear. Let every man be swift to hear. Slow to speak. Slow to wrath. So the only thing you want us to be swift at is to listen. Yahweh said that to Israel. Hear, O Israel. I want you to be quick to listen. I want you to always listen. When I arrive, listen. Give me your attention. Don't play you turning away when you're not listening. Be swift, ready to hear. Yes, Father, I'm here present. Speak. Slow to speak when it comes for speaking. You must be told, ask even to speak. And slow to wrath. Don't get angry too fast. Take it easy. Are you understanding? Some people, before they could understand, they get angry. Before you could finish speak, they're wrathful. Take time. You didn't hear everything yet. Slow to wrath. For the wrath of man doesn't work the righteousness of Yahweh. If you are like that, then Yahweh's righteousness, his goodness, obedience to his commandment is going to be lacking. When you are getting angry too fast, it doesn't work. Man, he knows man more than we know ourselves. If we are allowed to be wrathful, he would not be able to give us his word, to place it in us. We must be humble. We must bring ourselves even to a certain temperature to receive certain things. If we are too much on fire, it's going to destroy what he is giving you. So we must relax ourselves. Be quick listening. Listen, keep listening. Wait till time will come to speak. And don't get angry when you hear something. You know, some people, when they hear the judgment of Yahweh, they get angry and go on. That mighty one is only to kill people. I gone. You know, so he don't have love. He said, oh, no, you go kill you go die, you go this. But wait! He hasn't finished yet, Israel, when he said 10 commandments, they run away. But so much he has, he promised us a place that no one ever see, know, and hear, and ever experience yet. To come after the judgment comes what? The kingdom of Yahweh, Revelation say, coming down. So don't run away when you hear the lake of fire. Be patient, as Jacob said before. The wrath of Yahweh doesn't work righteousness. The wrath of man doesn't work the righteousness of Yahweh or the keeping of the commandment. It does not go hand in hand. Can't be full of wrath and have Yahweh Torah in you also. The Torah humbles you. It makes you like Yahshua, peaceful, quiet, slow to speak and slow to anger. Therefore, putting away filthiness, the overflowing of wickedness, receive with meekness again. How are you going to receive if you are not meek? You wouldn't listen. A meek person does not listen. They're arrogant. Before you can finish speaking, they are up and doing. Receive with meekness the implanted word. Yahweh designed it so to be placed in your heart now. He said, I'll remove it from the pages and the tablet and I'll put it in your heart. Israel, the new covenant, receive with meekness the implanted word. Jacob is speaking of the new covenant now. He's speaking to remember the 12 tribes, which is able to save your soul. Say in the last days I will do it, that you will know me by me implanting my word in your heart. You will know me, and your soul will be saved. So it's about soul salvation. But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deluding your own self. Very important for us to remember that when we hear the word, we are to do it. Yahweh didn't put it here, give it to us, for us to just hear, read, and go about. But are you doing? Are we doing the word? It's very important. It makes no sense, as we see, for us to read, hear, know, have that knowledge, and we not apply it. It doesn't worth anything. Just have it and doesn't use it. It's a waste of time. For if any man is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man beholding his natural face in the mirror. Yes, you see it and you're knowing. The spot is there, but you're doing nothing about it. For behold himself and goes away and immediately forget what manner of man he saw there. He was. What's the purpose of having the mirror then? You are looking at it and you're not making the necessary changes. But he that look into the perfect law, the law of liberty, it makes us, sets us free from sin. Doesn't get trapped as we go back. It breeds, the temptation is conceived, and it brings forth sin, and sin brings forth death. The law, in other hand, makes us free from all of that. When we are faced and we see the trap and the snare and the temptation, we remember Torah. So whatever it may be, if it's to steal, the first thing we come to our mind, you shall not steal. So we turn away. So we don't get caught up and enticed. If it's fornication, you shall not commit adultery or fornication. You turn away. You don't get enticed and entangled. So again, if we keep our eyes on the perfect law, the law of liberty, and continue being not a hearer that forget, but a doer that works, faith without work is dead. Do what the commandment says. Do what the law says. This man shall be blessed, not in some of his doing, but in all we know his doing. In his doing, we'll be happy. Because why? You're overcoming the trials. When Satan put it there for you to lust after it, to covet it, to steal it, to murder, kill, break any one of Yahweh's law, you will turn around and keep the commandments and never continue looking upon the trial. If any man think himself to be religious while he bridle at his tongue, he deceive his heart. This man religion is vain. So, be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. Pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh is to visit the fatherless, the widow, and the afflicted. And to keep oneself, we want to remember this especially, unspotted from the world. John tell us about that. Don't love the world. Others tell us about it. Yahshua tell us about that. Be in the world but not of the world. He prayed for us. So let us keep ourselves unspotted from the world. That's a huge attraction and temptation that Satan has out there, the world. Everything in the world he has set up as an attraction, temptation for us to go after. Think about it. Everything out there is there. And we have to be very, very careful to keep ourselves unspotted from the world. On the other hand, Yahweh has. The kingdom is there for us to long for. And we have his word here to keep us, to build us. And he's going to supply all our needs, Yahshua tells us that. Why be anxious, he said? Because you see somebody has something of this world's good. And you want it, you're so anxious over it. You're coveting it. No. He said, your Father knows your need more than you. You don't have to be like that. No, you don't have to go after the things of this world. Seek ye first, he says, the kingdom of Yahweh. Take up his word. Concentrate on that. Follow on in Yahshua's footsteps. Don't let Satan drag you out. And focus you on the world. This is what he tried Yahshua. He took Yahshua to the high mountain and said, watch the world. I can give you this. No. We don't want to get ourselves there. We want to remain unspotted from the world. Don't desire even. Don't be enticed, this is what Jacob said, by the things of this world like we see others are doing. You see them have this, you want that too. You see them go there, you want to go there too. You see them say that, you want to say that too. That's like being enticed. Satan has it set up all around. Everyone, you're going to school, you see they entice. Girl, come now, boy, let me go there. And you're going to work, the same thing. Let me do this, let me do that. Then they party here, they entice. Hey, dress so, put on this, put on that. You entice. Be careful because this is what he's about, the world. Keep yourself unspotted from the world. What does that mean? You must be different, Paul tells us. They must see us without their spots. We could bring this thing real down. Everything is not written, but we must have to understand. We have to look different in the eyes, see ourselves different, speak different, act different, move different. A time for everything, Solomon tells us, under the sun. We done that well, we have to go so now. It is the 6th day and the sun is setting. I gone. Can't try we put like them out there. I say, well, you stop him by the bar and take a drink. It's Friday, what happened? Boy, you go down the road, you're running home, you're afraid the woman now. And so they're getting on. We have to see that those spots are not on us. That's what out there. Keep yourself unspotted from the world. You can read and spell everything. Everything that is spot and blemishes here. It does look nice when they dress up so. And when they're talking so, they slang and that's so nice. But that is spot and that is blemishes in Yahweh's eye. We can't want that. We have to keep ourselves from that. So they couldn't write every single thing and for every age too. Yahweh in his wisdom put it there. In our age we have to understand what we feast him. What we feast him with. Alright, so we thank Yahweh for what he has done, for what he is doing for us. Trials, we would have it. We have to go with that. We would always have that until Yahshua comes. But it's how we deal with it. And that's the title of the message, dealing with trials. It's not something we can just kick with your foot like churchianity. Say, kick Satan, and me say you're a liar. Trials? You ever hear people kick a hook? When a hook set there and kick it, what happened to you? Your foot stick in it. That is what you want you to do. So you don't kick Satan away. These things is just joke, yeah? To make this thing look like it's a joke. But Yahshua was faced with Satan face to face. And he took him there and he said, bow down and worship me and I got to do this, do that and the other. Yahshua didn't do that. He was not pleased. Alright? So, yes, we have to be conscious that trials will always be there. No say, I hope tomorrow I had that. It's more ego burn. I hope I prepared more or less, we should say. I hope we had a trials tomorrow. And now we're bringing it on. Because, you know, in life sometimes you say, I don't want this to come my way, I don't want to be faced with that, and he hears that, and he brings just that to you. You have to be strong. We have to deal with it, you know, and it's very important. But the scripture tells us that how we should deal with it, but we may not have time to go through everything. I may have to make this into a too serious part. But in Matthew chapter 4, we see that the tempter, Jacob tells us that Yahweh is not the tempter. We must always remember that. Some people by their action, they are saying that Yahweh is the tempter, so they turn away from Yahweh when they are faced with temptation, because they want no more temptation. So they run from Satan, you know. They run away from Yahweh. Because the action is saying that the tempter is Yahweh. But no, they are deceived. In Matthew 4 and verse 1. Yahshua, when he was led by his spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil, wasn't Yahweh? And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he after hunger. And the tempter, not Yahweh, came and said unto him, if you are the son of Yahweh. So definitely we know when he opened his mouth, he was not Yahweh, and he was not of Yahweh even, because he is even asking, if you are the son of Yahweh, command that these stones turn into bread, right? And he went on, then the devil take him into the holy city, set him up on a pinnacle, and said to him, if, again, you are the son of Yahweh. It was not Yahweh. Yahweh don't tempt anyone. Cast yourself down. It is stated here. It is Hansoten, clearly stated as the tempter. So Jacob is so true when he said, Yahweh doesn't tempt anyone. Right? Again, Yahshua said it is written, the angel could bear you up, and Yahshua said it is written. The devil take him, verse 8, into a very high mountain and show him all the kingdom of this world and the glory of them. He is the same too, Hasoten. So he's going to be bringing the same trial and carry us and say, watch the world, watch the people out there, watch the vehicles they drive, watch the homes they're owning, watch their bank account, watch everything, watch their clothes, watch their language, watch how they look, their hairdo and everything. He take you there. Look at it. And the glory of them. You see how nice she look? You see how nice you look? Said to them, all these things, I can make you look more pretty, better than them. I can make you more rich than that individual there. Bring it in our age. He's going to turn it to suit our age and our time. If you would fall down and worship me, it hasn't changed. Don't be enticed. Don't be attracted, because this is what he is doing. You may not hear him saying that to you. Fall down and worship me now, I'm going to make you so. But this is what he's doing. The trap, the snare is set like that. The fowler don't say to the bird, jump in there and let me catch you and lock you up. And he don't say to the fish, bite the hook, let me take you and eat you. Know? You quietly sit down there so waiting. Don't say a word, and this is Hasoten. But the scripture has already given us the insight. Who is doing it? Is the tempter. And he's clever. So don't go hook, line, and sinker and say, well, I want that spot girl. I want that spot boy. You see that? I will need that. I must get how you are there. But who set it there? Who put it there? And he's not saying, do that now and I go and worship me now and I will give you that. Yes, in 9 years. Especially today. He said it to Yahshua. So we know that is what he is about. Bow down, fall down, and worship me. And Yahshua said to him, get behind me. We have to say that. And sometimes, yes, like people might say you're mad, but it's like we're saying it to ourselves. But we know what he is doing. So we can alter those words when we see temptation to draw us onto it, to be enticed. We can say, get behind me. I am not about that right now, about the Father's business. Sabbath coming. Can't go by the bar right now. Then Yahshua said to him, get behind me. Get behind Satan, the tempter, is not Yahweh. For it is written, you shall worship Yahweh. You should give homage, listen, everything, attention to Yahweh. This is what it means. And in his word tell us how we ought to be. Your Elohim and him only. All remember that. If it's about that, only about Yahweh, it makes us to be separated from everything else. And we are drawn everything towards Yahweh. You see, this is what Yahshua was saying to him. You shall worship and serve Yahweh only. Shall you serve, pay homage. Everything is about Yahweh. So it's what Yahweh say for us to eat, Hasatan. It's what he say for us to drink. What he say for us to wear even, and how we could keep ourselves, and what we should say and what we shouldn't say when we go out and when we come in. Because him only. When I go out, it mustn't be about Satan, because it's out there is he world. So why is this slang out here, girl? And how we dress here? And what we just do here? Him only. We have to remember that, child. We serve in all things of our life. These are what these men were saying in the Spirit to those who were listening. And we have to understand what Yahshua been saying. Him only shall you serve, he said. So it is all about Yahweh. What Yahweh said, I will do, not you. Even though I'm hungry and you say turn stone to bread, yes, I will have to eat. But it's not about you what you say to me. Yeah? Throw myself down and the angel goes, not that Yahweh tell me, to throw myself down. So it's not about you anyway. Alright? I wouldn't listen to that. It is about Yahweh and him only I'll have to say, because my ear attentive to what Yahweh is saying. I'm a good listener to Yahweh, not to you. Then the devil left him, and behold, angels come and minister to him. What does that mean? Well done. Well done, Yahshua. Praise Yahweh. They came. They were just waiting there. They were not doing it for him. You have to do it for yourself. He has given us the whole armor to overcome, to fight this battle. We are able. And he's not giving us more than we can bear, because he's bearing the heavier part. And we have to overcome and bear our part. And when Yahshua bore his part, they were there present. Hallelujah, way. They ministered to him. Come, look, food, eat, drink. Well done. Yahweh is pleased with what you have done. You rebuke him. You overcome him. You have the victory. This is what it is. This is how we deal with our trials. Trials will always be there. Let us be equipped. He has given us all that we need. The whole armor of Yahweh. Even trouble will come, and we are going to be overcomers. Let's turn back for a little bit as we close to the Psalm 138, and we see the second part of the message in it before we close. Yes, so Yahweh has given us his name, powerful at the head of the armor, the name of Yahweh and the name of Yahshua, the Messiah. We must never let loose from our lives. Always acknowledging Yahweh, and his truth comes with him after. Always. And Yahshua the Messiah is the truth. Yahweh and Yahshua is going to aid us on, and his word is going to remind us what we must do to overcome trials when they come our way. In verse 6 of the Psalm 138 that was read, for though Yahweh is high, yet has he respect to the lowly. He is in heaven. We are here in the flesh, dealing with all of these things, face to face with our Satan sometimes. Yes, he has respect for us. He looks down upon us with the eyes of mercy and compassion. He strengthens us. He's not giving us more than we can bear. Even though he is so great and powerful, and he can ward Satan and the forces of darkness away, yet he's allowing us to experience for our good these trials. But the haughty he knows from afar, so he don't want us to be. He wants us to be humble. Swift to hear again, Jacob supported. Slow to speak, slow to anger, and slow to wrath. Don't be haughty. He's going to know you, because you will not be able to hide that from him. The haughty he knows from afar. Verse 7, he says, though I walk in the middle of trouble, tribulation, trials. Sometimes we end up there. Yahweh will revive me, because I desire to get out of it. Sometimes we stumble and we fall right into the trap. Not our desire, but he's going to power us up, remind us of who we are, what we should be doing, and he will take us out. Though I walk in the middle, just like the valley of the shadow of death, David said, I will fear no evil, because Yahweh is the one that will revive me. You will stretch forth your hand, you see, and he is going to take us out, even when we are tested and tried with fiery trials. Next time we will go there, as Peter tells us. But Yahweh, you stretch forth your hand against the wrath of my enemies. At the head is house of 10. And he uses, we will see that also. He uses those whom he made to get to us, to try us. Remember, Yahshua the Messiah also was tried and tested by the scribes and the Pharisees. Matthew tells us, and the scribes and Pharisees come trying him, come testing him. They were his enemies. You will stretch out your hands against the wrath of my enemies. Satan uses people close to us to try us, to test us. Yet Yahweh is saying he is going to hold us, deliver us, and move us away from them, especially spiritually, so that we will be safe. And your right hand will save me. Who is the right hand? But Yahshua, the Messiah. We thank Yahweh for salvation, the hope of salvation, because we will be tested and tried, and we must endure. We will have to deal with that. The way he has shown us to do, we can overcome, even in trouble. In the great tribulation, he promised to remember us and to keep us strong, to make us to endure, so that we can have a home in his kingdom. So may Yahweh bless us. So again, we'll have more to speak on this in the future, Yahweh is willing. For I've just touched the surface of what I've got here. I hope that's been a blessing to everyone and encourage everyone in Yahshua's name.